Welcome back to Not Real Fishing, everybody, and today we are going to the place we went to Tuesday where we only caught one fish. We're not going to go straight there. There's actually a spot before that we've caught fish at before. I'm gonna rephrase that we've never caught fish at before, and I want to give it another try because it seems like it could be a good spot because it's got deep water, and I just want to give it another try. We're probably not going to spend too much time there. Depending on how that goes, we're either going to go to where we caught that one fish on Tuesday, or the video that was on Tuesday, or we are going to go to a spot further up the road on that same road. I don't know yet. I did find about 15, 20, maybe 30 new fishing spots. They're all small creeks off the side of the highway, but they're like, the closest one is like 15, 20 minutes away. And then it just gets progressively farther away from there, up to like an hour and a half away. And I've thought about going out there, but I think I'm gonna wait for my girlfriend to finish school, and then we're gonna do that as like a trip together to go explore those spots as like, a couple, and see if we can get on some fish and some spots I've never been to. So that's probably what we're gonna do there. But in the meantime, we are going to go check out these spots here and see how that goes. And hopefully this spot we can finally catch a fish at. I've heard fish there, but I've never caught one, and it irritates me to no end. So if I catch one fish there, I will consider today a success. So yeah, I will meet you guys at the water. Alright guys, we have made it to the spot. I'm seeing a lot of turtles, not a lot of fish yet. I'm trying to be somewhat quiet. What we're gonna do is, for starters, take these sunglasses off because we don't need them, is we already have a jig head tied on to this one with a float. We're gonna start with that. And I'm just gonna let that freely float and drift in this slow current. And while that sits, what I wanna do is get the other rod rigged up, the Brim Buster, the little one, the one that I'm still trying to catch enough fish that I know how its limits are. But until then, we're gonna get this out. I'm probably gonna change the depth because that's really shallow. We're at about 2 feet underneath, and we're gonna get that out there. I'm just gonna see if anything goes after it. I'm not even gonna jig it, I'm just gonna let it sit here. Alright guys, we got our new other rod set up. I did see a couple bowfin swimming around, so they're here. Getting them to eat will be another question now. Alright guys, we switched to Tenkara rod. We have like a little chenille worm tied on. Not really what I want to be using right now, but if there's any bluegills around, hopefully they'll want it. Alright, I think we're gonna go explore a little bit more and then we're out of here. Alright guys, we're almost out of battery, but we're gonna try this spot again real fast. See if it's improved at all since last time we were here. Alright guys, this is the next spot we're gonna fish. Been a while since we've been here, but once we get done climbing these rocks, we're gonna give it a try. Per usual, we've got that one with the float already rigged up. We'll probably swing it out there before we switch to the lighter one that we actually want to use, just so we got something in the water on the off chance that something wants it. And then we're gonna switch to the Brim Buster. Seems to be quite a bit of current here. This is still rigged up pretty deep. It's just that pink worm or curly tail grub. Not the best, you know, for just a floating bait, but it's not the worst either. So we're just gonna throw it out probably towards the center. Just kind of let it drift. If I don't hit that bush again, let's try that again. Throw it out towards the center like that. I'm just gonna lay this down, let it do its thing. Maybe it'll drift across the fish and he'll be all excited and he'll eat it. But the fact that the float stopped moving means most likely it's already laying on the bottom or snagged on something. I know, no, it's moving again. I know there's a big bramble bush out to the right of us underneath the water. So I could get caught up in that at any time. Thought I heard a fish under the bridge. But what I'm gonna do is rig up the other one with some 6-pound fluorocarbon, or no, yeah, fluorocarbon. I just have to find where the end is. It's a constant battle with this one. Guys, this is the side where I'm hearing all the bluegill pops. So hopefully we can get a few bluegill. If not, then, well, so be it. Also trying not to fall on the ground here. Okay. Spooking turtles. Let's see if we can catch some fish now that we've made it over to this side. Looks a bit snaggier on this side, but snaggy also means more protection for the fish. Y'all see that big snake? Y'all see him? Just scared the crap out of me. Big old brown snake. I can't tell if it's a moccasin or not. Y'all see him? See the big old nope rope? Just never know what you're gonna see out here on the water. Alright guys, so far it's not going too well. We've been to 3 spots and not a bite. We've seen fish, especially some really big bowfin and gar, but that's about it so far. But we're going to the last spot. Hopefully it pays off. So yeah, this is getting a little hot outside too. So meet you guys at the water, hopefully. We are right next to a very busy highway. Y'all remember this spot used to be really good. I don't know how it is now because it's been a while. And they've worked on the banks a lot. They built this whole new frame construction. It looks a lot better, but a lot less access for the fisher. So it's kind of a positive and a negative on that front. So we're gonna get started with that same curly tail we had. Tied on earlier. And we're hopefully gonna, now in the past, we've caught bluegill, pickerel, and oh, we got a little nibble. And a nibble. We had our first nibble. Which is great because I want to catch something today, not just air. Per usual, there's always something big swimming around that's not paying any attention to what I'm doing. Alright guys, time to switch back to the Roadside King. Good old Tenkara rod. We still have a worm pattern on there, which isn't my favorite, but I'll leave it on for the moment. I'd rather be fishing like a Kabari, something that fish sinks a little bit faster. Alright guys, we're changing this black and white with a silver bead head, kind of Kabari style fly. I normally don't fish weighted, but because we have a bit of wind and because I'm using a floating line, I can kind of get away with it a little bit because you can let it sink and then use the floating line to gauge your depth. So it's easier to maintain a sinking fly off the bottom using a floating line, in my opinion. There we go. And looky here. We haven't seen one of these guys in a long time. It's a little baby flyer. Little baby flyer. Love these little fish. All right. Well, that's one. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of clean up our zone a bit, and then we're gonna get back to fishing. So give me 1 minute. All right, I feel a bit better now. We cleaned up a little bit. We're gonna do a couple more casts in that same direction. See if there's anything else over there. And once our little fly. We could upgrade to a bigger Kabari if we feel like we see something that might be a little bit bigger and hungrier. We've had almost no wind this entire trip. The minute we break out Tenkara rod, guess what? The wind picks up. Isn't that funny how that works? Let's go fish this side and see if maybe there's some interesting critters hanging out in this shallower, slacker water. Maybe some pickerel or something. Looks like we had another little flyer, but he let go at the last minute. Little turd. There we go. What do we got here, guys? It's like a little warmouth. Little warmouth. What else is back here? Ah, another little flyer. Little flyer. They're cute little fish, I'll tell you that much. And they may be small, but for their size, they put up quite a good fight. Another little flyer. This is actually one of the smallest species of sunfish that people commonly catch. To me, they look a bit like a crappie and a bluegill had a baby. They kind of got the back fins of a crappie and the mouth of a crappie, but they've got the body of a bluegill. They kind of got the fight to match it. I mean, they're voracious little predators. I used to catch them in the droves when I used to live up towards Surf City before I moved back down to Wilmington. And they're just fun little fish to catch. I don't like them at this point though. Well, it's not one of my videos if I don't drop a fish at some point. He's hooked sideways in this. There we go. There we go. And the bead head was preventing me from getting a hold of him. I did think about. Alright guys, that trip, oh hold on, give me a second here. Alright, so that trip did not go the way that I expected it to. I'd hoped we were able to get some bigger fish than that. But hey, we got some fish, so I'm not complaining. I got some sunburn, I'm not complaining, but hey, I got to get out the house. I got to go catch some little fishies. So I'm happy. I just need to go home now and take a shower because my legs are itchy. But other than that, it was a successful trip. I think a lot of these spots get a lot more fishing pressure. Besides the last one we fished, we called the Little Flyers. I think a lot of the other ones get a lot of fishing pressure because I see a lot of floats and trash. I'm like, there's probably a lot of people that fish these spots, especially where we saw those big bowfin and gar. I would love to get back and fish those. Maybe get some cut bait and hit those spots instead of the alligator spot. But yeah, I don't know. Then again, the alligator spot's pretty good too. Maybe we could go wade that creek, maybe catch some little fish again, but make them like at least prettier. I mean, flyers are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but fish in that creek that we went that one time were just beautiful. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It might be a little short, and who knows, I might combine 2 videos together. I don't know. Depends on how much footage I can get because I only got one more day to film. But if you guys enjoy the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.